Hello and welcome to Confidence After Cancer. I'm your host, Gabrielle Mottershead, cancer survivor, confidence coach, and founder of Confidence After Cancer. And before we begin, if you're feeling stuck after treatment and you are ready to rebuild your confidence, your energy, and sense of direction, I'd love to invite you to book a free confidence clarity call with me. The link to do that is in the show notes. Today, I want to talk about something that many people after cancer think about but rarely say out loud. What if nothing changes? What if this is as good as it gets? What if next year feels exactly like this year? Because whilst cancer changes us physically, emotionally, and mentally, many survivors find themselves waiting for life to somehow improve on its own, waiting to feel more confident, waiting to feel more motivated, waiting to feel like themselves again, waiting to feel ready. But what if the waiting is the very thing that's keeping you stuck? One of the biggest myths after cancer is that time automatically heals everything. People say, give yourself time, be patient. They may say recovery takes time, and there is an element of truth in that. But there's also another truth that we don't talk about enough, and that is time doesn't automatically create confidence. Time doesn't automatically create happiness. Time doesn't automatically create purpose. I have worked with women who are 10 years post treatment and still waiting to feel like themselves again, not because they've done anything wrong, and certainly not because they are weak, but because nobody ever showed them how to move forward. Many women return to work, they keep functioning, they keep helping everybody else, they keep just putting one foot in front of the other, thinking things will get better. But inside, they're surviving rather than thriving. And so I remember reaching a point after treatment when I thought, surely I should feel better than this by now. The hospital appointments had reduced, life was moving on. People expected me to be grateful, and I was grateful, but I was also so confused. I had survived cancer, yet I didn't feel fully alive. I wasn't the same woman. I didn't even know who I was becoming. And for a long time, I waited for confidence to just magically return, but it didn't. Confidence returned when I started making conscious decisions about the life I wanted to create. And this is something I often explore with women I support privately. I ask them a simple question. If nothing changed over the next 12 months, how would you feel? If your energy stayed the same, if your confidence stayed the same, if your boundaries stayed the same, what if your work-life balance stayed the same? What if your self-care stayed the same? Would you be happy? Because sometimes that question creates a powerful wake-up call, not from fear, but from awareness. As always with these questions that you can ask yourself, there's no judgment. There's just something about getting curious and asking yourself the right question that will give you the clue of where you want to go next. Because many people actually think thriving after cancer means running marathons, climbing mountains, or becoming endlessly positive. But I don't believe that, because for me, thriving looks like having boundaries without guilt. It looks like trusting yourself again. It looks like making decisions with confidence. It can be about taking care of your health because you value yourself. It can look like feeling excited about your future. It looks like creating a life that feels aligned with who you've become. Thriving is not about perfection. thriving is living intentionally. And here's the good news. You don't have to change everything overnight. You don't need a 5-year plan. You don't need to have all the answers. You simply need to take one small step, one conversation, one boundary, one decision, one walk, one coaching call, one decision that says my future matters, because every thriving life starts with one decision, the decision to stop waiting. So before we finish today, I'd love you to reflect on this question. If nothing changed over the next 12 months, what would disappoint you the most? So again, no judgment here. Just get really curious of what comes up if you sit quietly and maybe put your hand on your heart and ask yourself this question. If nothing changed over the next 12 months, what would disappoint you the most? And take a moment with that, because your answer might reveal exactly where your next growth opportunity lies. So if today's episode resonated with you and you are tired of feeling stuck, uncertain, or disconnected from yourself after cancer, I'd love to help you. My Confidence Clarity calls are designed to help you understand exactly where you are now, what's holding you back, and what your next step could look like. There's absolutely no pressure, just a supportive conversation focused entirely on you. And you can put your free Confidence Clarity call using the link in the show notes somewhere around this podcast. So thank you so much for spending this time with me today. And just remember, surviving cancer was never meant to be the finish line. Your second chapter, your next chapter, can be every bit as meaningful, purposeful, and fulfilling as the first. So until next time, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and remember, you are stronger than you think, you are more capable than you realise, and you deserve to thrive. So stay safe and stay sane. Bye-bye for now, my love.